Yeah, I don't think I've ever been more confused with a foundation like I am with this one. Let me explain. Hi everyone, thank you so much for checking out this video. If you're new here, my name is Stephanie and I cover oily skin, hooded eyes, and beauty. So welcome to my new series, Foundation Stick Wars. Today's episode 1, and if you're watching this in the future, I will link all of the videos down below for you. So I will be testing out 6 drugstore foundation sticks for your oily skin, and for each of them, I will be testing them out with primer and without primer. Let's get into foundation number 1, and that's gonna be Juvia's Place Shade Contour Stick. So this claims to be a full coverage formula that's infused with shea butter and oil controlling ingredients to aid in a long wear time while providing radiance to the skin. I tested this foundation out for 2 days, and day 1 is my first impressions with primer, so let's roll the tape. Smell test. Doesn't smell like anything. I matched myself online, so I'm really hoping that this works out. So this looks insanely dry. I am really hoping that this goes on creamy. Let's just swatch this really quickly. Oh, okay, so that was pretty creamy. It looks a little orange. So yeah, let's go ahead and just try this out. I'm just gonna do one side of my face for now, and I'm just going to be using a foundation brush. All right, it is gliding on pretty easily. That looked orange on my hand, but it actually looks really nice on my face. It's really weird. That was actually a really fast application. This looks really nice. Okay, so I'm looking in my monitor and I can see that I look a little bit ghostly on this side, but in person it actually looks really nice. Like, it doesn't look as light as it does on camera. Okay, so this just glided on. I'm super shocked. Like, it looks gorgeous, and I don't have to really work on filling in any of my pores or my fine lines as far as what I can see right now. I'm gonna go ahead and do the other side and I'll be right back. Okay, so this is what the first layer is looking like, and I think that this is looking really, really nice. I do wanna see if this is buildable though, but just considering just how creamy this is, I am a little bit scared about putting on a second layer. I feel like I need this first layer to really kind of like soak into my skin and just kind of dry down just a little bit before I put on the second coat, just because I kind of feel like it's gonna just lay on top of the first layer and really just kind of be like moved around and not really like blended into my skin. So let me just wait for a little bit and then I'll be back to do a second layer. Okay, so this has been sitting on my skin for a bit. So I'm gonna put just a little bit more on my nose and see how this works out. That might be a little bit too much. Okay, so this layered beautifully. I think that this is definitely blendable, it's buildable. So let me go ahead and do a close-up so that way you guys can see before I put on the rest of my makeup. Here's what my forehead is looking like. Nice and smooth. And the left side of my face looking nice and smooth. You can definitely see my pores and my fine lines have been filled in. And the exact same thing on the right side. One thing I forgot to mention was this glow. This foundation has given me a beautiful glow. Okay, anyway, I'm gonna go put on the rest of my makeup and I'll be right back. Okay, so it didn't take me long to put on the rest of my makeup, and I already have a smile line right over here. I don't have it on this side, just this side. And I'm noticing a little bit of texture now on my forehead. I'm not exactly sure how that happened. It's kind of making my forehead look a little bit dry, but my forehead isn't dry. I'm not exactly sure what's going on there. So let's just do a close-up so that way you guys can see what's going on. Here's what my forehead is looking like. Not exactly sure if the camera can really pick up the texture, but my forehead is looking kind of dry. Here is the left side of my face. Here's where you can already see a smile line. And then here's the right side, looking really good. Other than the textured forehead and the smile line, I think my makeup looks great. I'm kind of wondering what my makeup is going to look like at the end of the day in 10 hours. I'm wondering if my oils will kind of like fix this situation by the end of the day. I'm not too sure, but we'll see. So I will be back in 10 hours. We are now at the 10-hour mark, so let's go and take a look at my makeup. We're going to ignore my eyeliner transfer right now, but that just shows you how much oil has come out of my face today. I didn't really do anything out of the ordinary. I did some housework and I was working, and yeah, I mean, I did go outside for a little bit, but I wasn't outside too much, but a lot of oil definitely came through. With that being said, my makeup actually looks pretty nice for a 10-hour wear, and of course, we are not counting the eyeliner. My forehead looks a million times better. I don't see texture. I don't see the dryness. I don't really see much creasing. I do still have the creasing on the side of my mouth on this side here. Not so much on this side. I do have just a bit of creasing in the chin area, but really that's it. I think that my makeup looks really, really nice. Let's go ahead and do a close-up so you guys can see. Here is what my forehead is looking at the end of the day. No texture, no dryness. It looks beautiful. And here's the left side of my face. My foundation has come off on my nose, but that is very common for me. I'm always blowing my nose. I do have oil, of course, and I have oil coming through my cheek area. I do have a crease in my smile line. And then the right side of my face, same thing for the nose. Foundation is missing. I have a lot of oils coming through, and then some oils coming through there. But I don't have a smile line here at all. I think everything else looks very smooth. Okay, so I think my makeup looks absolutely beautiful after 10 hours. And I'm thinking the issue that I had with my forehead might be because of my primer. Tomorrow, I'm gonna go ahead and test out this foundation again without primer, so I'll be back to let you guys know. Here we are, day 2. Let's go and take a look at my face. As a reminder, I did not put on any primer today, and you can definitely tell some oil has come through. I do have some creasing, some separation, and some makeup transfer. I do have some creasing in between my eyebrows. My foundation is gone off of my nose. That is pretty much just something that always happens. I have my smile lines going on, my creasing in between my lip and my chin. So yeah, let's go ahead and do a close-up so that way you guys can see everything. Here's what my forehead is looking like. Nice and shiny. In between my eyebrows, just some creasing going on there. The left side of my face, my foundation is completely gone. I'm super oily. I do have some creasing going on in my smile lines. My foundation is completely gone from my chin. You can tell because I am very red. And pretty much the exact same thing on the right side. Foundation is gone. I'm very oily. I do have some creasing and my foundation is gone. Okay, so on day 1, I thought that my makeup looked absolutely great, but that was only from a distance because when I got close up to a mirror, I noticed that the foundation made my forehead and my nose look super dry and super textured. And I kind of thought that the primer may have had something to do with it. Like maybe this foundation is just one that doesn't play well with primers. So on day 2, I figured that that problem will kind of resolve itself since I didn't wear a primer on day 2, but it only looked worse. So I tried to get a good recording of what my makeup looked that day, but I don't think that the camera did it justice. But anyway, it just looked really, really bad. So I just had to take it all off and then just kind of sit and think like, okay, what could I do to make this better? And eventually I did. And I found out that this foundation can be very, very temperamental. So I found the best way to apply this foundation, which of course is with no primer. And also you do have to just get your foundation brush and kind of stamp the foundation into your skin. I found that using circular motions to blend or using like a beauty sponge and just kind of pressing that into your skin caused more and more texture. So you do have to take some time and just kind of stamp that in. Also, it can't really handle a lot of setting powder. The more powder, the more texture. So just do a very light setting. Okay, so at the end of day 2, I really did think that my makeup looked really great. Like it wasn't perfect, but it was pretty good for a 10-hour wear in these studio lights. Because when I went to go take off my makeup in the bathroom, I noticed my makeup looked super cakey. I just don't think that this foundation was meant to be worn all day. I think it looked great upon application and throughout the day it looked great once I figured out how to use it. But once my oil started to come through, it just got pretty cakey. With that being said, do I think that this foundation is worth $16? No, absolutely not. Now I've got a question for you guys. How many hoops are you willing to jump through to make a foundation work, even though you know it's only gonna work for a few hours? Let me know down in the comments below. Okay guys, that's gonna be it for episode 1. If you guys like this video and if you guys are super excited for this series like I am, hit that thumbs up, and if you guys haven't already, please subscribe for more content just like this. Thank you guys so much.